Okay, so welcome back to today's video on my channel, The Bad Back Hack. All I want to do is try and find things that work for you guys in terms of training aids, things to manage your pain, and generally products that are going to make your life easier. So a question I've got asked quite a few times, and somebody messaged me a month or so ago, is what massage gun would I recommend they buy for use after training and general sort of use? Do they need to spend hundreds of pounds? Or do they need to buy something off Temu? So we're just going to dive into it. I've got 3 guns here. This was the first ever massage gun I ever bought. You can see the size in the package. This was the middle one, the intermediate one that I bought second. And then this is the most recent one that I now use. I've got 2 of these for different locations that I work at. So we're going to have a look at them all, compare them, and then I'm going to give you an opinion on what I think you need to do spending-wise, money-wise, to get the best bang for your buck. So we start off with the Hopposo. So this was the first one I ever had, as I mentioned. Looks quite cool, I guess. It's a big old piece of kit. So that's a serious massage gun. It's heavy as well. I don't know what it weighs, but I estimate that's not far off a kilo. So what I have found is using that in a work capacity is probably not ideal because it's too heavy. Fine to use at home. And I did use it, and it did exactly what it said on the tin. Well made, lasted, got lots of attachments, but probably a little bit obsolete now in terms of its size. Okay, comes with normal attachments like so. This is a standard attachment, which will be quite wide, so it's quite comfortable to use. And then you've got the standard attachments then, which will allow you to maybe work on smaller areas. That would be able to go around muscles, things like your neck, and then this would be more of a scraping tool for tighter areas, maybe like the outside of your leg, your ITB. So overall, nice product. I think at the time it cost me about £100, and that was 5-6 years ago. So decent, but let's look at the intermediate one. So then I moved into upgrade into a smaller gun. So this one is the All Joy. Okay, so significantly smaller, significantly more compact. Looks a bit sleeker as well, to be fair, looks a bit trendier. Yeah, nice product. I've used it a lot. Comes with lots of different heads. Again, you've got the wider one, which is probably the more generic one you'd use on most things because it's comfortable. And then you've got similar sort of ones. I actually think there's a bit too much overkill in this. You don't need this many heads. It's just not needed. But this has been good. I did feel that this was a step down in power from the big one. So that was noticeable, and that would make sense that a smaller gun is less powerful. So I did feel like I compromised power for size with the other one. But yeah, it was okay. And then moving on to the gun I've got now. So this is Arborleaf. I've got 2 of these, bought one, liked it, and bought another one. So, okay, Arborleaf. So this is fairly new. I've only had this a couple of weeks. Much more sleek, much more slimline, looks a lot more modern. So we've got 3 heads with this one. Standard one, which you've seen with the other 2. We've got a more of like a harder, firmer head. You're using the same applications. And then you've actually got a super cool head here, which allows you to make it hot and cold on the top. So you can literally click and hold, and on it comes, and then you can actually make it different levels of heat, and then press and hold, and then make it different levels of cool. So when you're doing your treatments, you can actually make it hot or cold, and that's a really, really cool touch. Do I use it loads? No. Do I use it sometimes? Yeah. And I think that's absolutely excellent addition to this kit. So I would say this is the best gun for sure, because I feel like I get the power of the first gun with a compact size of the second gun. So I'm not really compromising on any output or power really, but it's much more portable. So it's so easy to use this, pop it in your pocket or in your bag if you want to take it to the gym. So I get the portability. The actual fact it comes with less heads I like. I think this is more streamlined, probably more sleek. And then one thing I really do like is the fact that it comes with a little carry case. So anybody who knows me knows I love a carry case, a little man bag. But I just think it's nice if you are going somewhere and you didn't want to take the whole box on holiday or something, you can pop the gun in, pop your attachments in as well, off you go. So I just think that's a nice touch. Probably doesn't cost them much, but just makes it feel like a far more premium sort of brand than if it didn't. So I think really good. So to summarize, what would I say? So this gun cost me £56 and it came with all those attachments. So to answer the question of why this video was made, do I think you need to spend a lot of money on a massage gun? The answer is no, okay? The really expensive ones, 200 to 400 quid, probably will be a little bit more powerful, will have better battery life, but in all honesty, there's 4 settings on this. Press and hold to turn on, okay? And then you cycle through the strengths there, and then press and hold to turn off. I very, very rarely use above level 2 on this for myself or with patients I treat. It's just too forceful and you don't need it. So I think spend 56 quid, get something like this. You don't need to spend loads of money and you'll get all the benefits.